we're just going with this. Heyo everyone! Okay, saying that introduction out loud makes it sound a lot more lame than I thought it would. But anyways, yeah, it's happening. I made a YouTube video. I'm now a YouTuber. My millennial dreams are finally coming true. But anyways, so I made a YouTube video on how to graph a titration curve in Excel. Hopefully it will clarify some things for you if you have trouble graphing things in Excel. It's a good application to be able to use for really like anything. And also I lay out what I expect for the formatting of the graph and what you should have included in it. So check it out. Let me see if I can do like a cool transition. Whoop. Okay, so here is my example spreadsheet. So I've got volume of titrant in milliliters and my pH. And in this case, it's a titration of a weak acid with a strong base. So there's kind of two ways to go about graphing your data. One way is to just select all of your data, so your volume and your pH values. Go up to Insert, and then go over to Scatter. So usually we do scatter with just markers, but in this case we're going to do scatter with smooth lines and markers. So you'd select that, and then it creates your titration curve. So the thing that you want to be careful with here though is that whatever you have in your first column is automatically going to be your x-axis, and then anything in your second column is automatically going to be your y-axis. So you just want to make sure that these are in the correct order. So you have volume of titrant in your first column and then pH in your second column. The second way to do it, so you would unselect all of your data and just have a blank cell selected. Go back into Insert and then Scatter, and do Scatter with smooth lines again. And so this just creates an empty graph window. So we want to populate it with data. So we would right click in the graph window, go to Select Data, and so this comes up with this pop-up window. So we want to create a series, and this is just our data. So we would go down to Add, and then Series 1, it is just our data. So we have X values, Y values, don't worry about the name. And so we want to select our X values. So we click inside of the box, and then go over and select all of our volumes of titrant. And then we would do the same thing with the Y values. So we would go over and select all of our pH values. So the benefit of doing it this way is that you can control which values are your X and then which values are your Y. So even if you have the columns flipped, you can still make sure that your X is your volume of titrant and your Y is your pH. So then you can just click OK. And this creates your titration curve. So now we want to add some elements to it. So you go up to Add Chart Element. And the first thing is the axes title. So we want a primary horizontal and a primary vertical. So these are just our axis labels. So for example, the x-axis label would be volume of titrant. And then we want that in milliliters, so don't forget your units. That's really important. And then we can do our y-axis, and in this case it is pH, and it's unitless. So then the last bit is doing the chart title. So you can do pH versus volume of titrant, so your y variable versus your x variable, and that's always the format that you want to use. It's always y variable versus x variable. And that's perfectly okay for a title. You can also use something that's just descriptive of the data. So another option would be titration of weak acid with a strong base. And so that's describing what kind of titration is occurring. You could also do titration of hydrofluoric acid with sodium hydroxide. So you just want something that's going to describe what data you're plotting. Don't just do titration curve, because that doesn't tell me anything about what the variables are, what you're actually titrating. And yeah, that is how you graph a titration curve in Excel.